This is Coop, live inside the den, no holds barred. I mean that.
Back live in the den. Backyard Coop, man. Coop, I'm gonna rewind real quick. So y'all went from the buckets to the real live instruments. When was Backyard's first paid show with the real instruments?
Well, we was doing our own shows. Thanks to my man Mitch Cradle.
Okay.
I mean, he was running number 10 Boys and Girls Club. We used to go down there. They'll let us have the door.
Okay.
We'll split. Huh?
Count that?
What?
Boys Club?
Yeah, he asked me when the first.
That was the first show.
And you said live instruments?
Live instruments.
No.
I said their first show. That was the question.
You know, that's when we started like being able to understand the value of the band. Mm-hmm. Number 10 Boys and Girls Club. We would play on Harvard Street at Columbia Heights, Rec, and then Lapina. So we would try to do our own shows just to see our own value, raise our own money.
Right. And
those were always successful because, you know, Genghis was a big promoter back then. He would ride his bike around neighborhoods, 640, Hobart. He'd go down 14th and Clifton, Euclid. He just up and down the avenue. And, you know, that's when I was managing the People's Drug on Morton Street. Mm-hmm. I would make the tapes and had Ging go out and either give them away or sell them. He'd come back. I need 10 more. They hot, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't nobody. It was just, he was just pouring it on his friends. And he was like the promoter. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we down number 10. We down Columbia Heights. We down, you know, we down this place, Lapina. And that's where, you know, and then a promoter by the name of Roy Ben, he was doing Chuck Brown on Wednesdays. Rest in peace, Roy Ben. And they had a band. Shout out to Icy Ice too, because he brought us out Maryland, out Central Avenue. It used to be it's like I forgot the name of it, but he was managing one of them hot shop type of joints too. So he'd bring us out there, and then he had a band called Nasty Gang, and they was playing up. They was coming uptown, so we just connected. Right. We was like, okay, y'all coming uptown, we coming over there. So he was definitely, and then we just connected and started playing on Wednesdays with Chuck Brown, and they was giving us a couple of dollars, and then it led to playing at the Safari Club on 5th and K. And one club led to another. And I was, you know, we was making $100, $200.
A person?
Yeah, no, for the whole band.
For the whole band?
Yeah, because and at that point, I would just pay, right. I would just pay the sound guy, whoever was mixing us. And that got us a lot of gigs. Right. You know, you can get backed out for $100. Then it went up. Then once we started doing Lapina,
any chance that we get that? Can I get back?
No, they probably won't do that now. They probably won't.
Ain't going back down memory lane.
Man, they got kids and grandkids now. They take care of big families.
One for old time's sake, Coop.
So I'm glad you brought his name up because I was going to ask about this.
Right.
As instrumental.
Say his name properly, please.
Icy Ice was instrumental.
Icy Ass?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Icy Ass?
I know him as Ken. Okay. Whatever.
Ken Moore.
Ken Moore, bro.
Yeah, but he was instrumental when you went down. You had the issue health.
Most definitely. Like before I had got sick, and I had a rare blood disease called meningococcal septicemia, and it attacks your blood cells, and it create clots. So all in my legs, both legs, it created it. And if it would have rose all the way up, I would have died.
Right.
So I caught it in time, and I was out for like 4 months. But before then, we started getting all these shows. People kept calling me for shows. So the band was about to really blow. And our schedule was heavy. We were playing 9 times a week.
Hey.
Twice this day. It was like, but it wasn't a lot of money.
Okay.
It was just, hey,
Not
Coop,
so right.
I need y'all. And this was block parties too.
Okay.
So it was like a bunch of block parties, this and that. And Icy Ice was like, man, I need you to really manage the band while I'm in the hospital. And he really didn't want to take on that, but he did say, Coop, you my guy. I'm gonna make sure the payroll, make sure they got shows. And that was a hot summer. That was like 95, like April 95 is when I got sick. And I was in the hospital for like 4 months. I was in a wheelchair for almost a year after that. Like I'm still on disability now because of that red blood disease. And so Icy Ice definitely was a very important part of, and the scariest part that he didn't know that, he didn't know the characteristics of the band. One morning I get a call. They played at Suitland High School. I get a call from Icy Ice. I'm in the hospital. It's 2 a.m. So I'm like, what's going on, Ice?
2 in the morning?
Yeah, I'm scared. It's 2 a.m. He say, Coop, he talked again? I was like, nah. Man, can you call him? He stole my car. I say, hold on, man. I called Genghis. Nah, that nigga better pay me my money. He ain't gonna get his car back. I say, man, get a man his car. He gonna pay you. Nah, he keep paying my money. I'm in the hospital. I'm sick, man. I was like, man, please, man. Please get it. I'll get to him tomorrow. I need to ride home. Gang took the man car all the way home, man. I said, I used to just wait till tomorrow, man. But they put that man through. I mean, it's more stories,
Right.
but they put that man through, and they respected it and they understood. That's why I had Big Al working too, and so I had a good team.
Right.
But I had to call the band in while I was in the hospital. This 4 months I'm in the hospital. We had to have a
To
meeting.
the hospital?
In a meeting, yeah.
In the hospital?
In the hospital. They say, Mr. Cooper, you can't have all these guys in your room. I had to go down the lobby. So I'm rolling a wheelchair. I'm going to wheelchair. I said, man, look, man, I need y'all to,
Right.
y'all need to be, and it was cool because I missed them. And I got a chance to see all my guys, and of course I throw a joke in every time because I could be serious and throw a joke in there, and it'll just it'll break the ice. Yeah, so they put Icy Ice through some stuff.
What year did you know Backyard was it?
It's tricky because by getting locked up and he come home. Every time he came home, it was a big party. It was a bang, big G back. Guess who's back? Hallelujah. It's 93. Then I go in the hospital, come back. They got the Ibex on fire. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't pinpoint. I can pinpoint now Ibex because we was opening for Rassens. It was a Tuesday night. We was playing in the Marvin Gaye room, the second floor, and Rass was playing on the big floor. We were just the little guys from uptown. So we packed it, the Marvin Gaye room. Marvin Gaye room wasn't that big anyway. But you couldn't get in there. So it was like, damn, what's going on in there? So that opened up the eyes of Ibex. Okay. So Rassens was like, we can do it on our own. We don't really need an opening band. And I understood that. So the Ibex was like, nah, we want to give him a chance. So white boy was like, well, or whoever made the decision was like, well, we gonna, and I understood it because I understand it now. We
Right.
had a
Right.
bad reputation as far as the type of crowd we
That you
attracted.
drew. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I understood it, but the Ibex was like, all right, well, they ain't gonna be here this week. Can y'all play upstairs? Because they thought, well, we just work it out with Rassens. They said, can y'all play upstairs? I was scared. I was like, well, yeah, we could try, And that particular time, Rassens wasn't there. The same people came. It was packed. And Ibex said, can y'all do this every week? I said, I don't know.
Was that your first weekly?
That was my first, pretty much, yeah. That was before, like, even the black hole. And I was telling him, I was telling Vic, yo, we up Tuesdays, we killing.
Right.
What you gonna do? And I was managing the People's Drug across the street from the black hole. Okay. So I seen Vic all the time.
Right.
I'm saying Precise in there. I'm like, man, Joe, I got a band, Vic. We arguing every week. I got you, Vic. I got you. I said, man, please, man, just give my man one time. Ging ready to go off on him.
Right.
So Ging because Ging was going to see RE every weekend. So he getting heat from Genghis, and I'm getting the heat. I'm giving them the heat on the store level.
Right.
And I said, man, just come check us out one time at I think Kilimanjaro. Well, the first big weekly our sales was, of course, Ibex. We was playing around block parties. We go over Southeast, but Ibex was definitely the biggest, and it was a Tuesday.
Damn.
And they was falling out I had to figure out the money then. I was like, hey, I know we not a big group, but
the crowd
is here.
Yeah.
So I put my own people at the door. I say, just count and see how many.
What was y'all charged back then? $10?
So it was like, yeah, it was 10, then it was 20. Then I was like, man, so I would put a chart together and say, okay, because we didn't know what to charge them. We was like, okay, so if it's this many people, could we get this? If it grows to this many people, could we get that? And they agreed. So once it became 600 people, we was getting money. We was like, I was like, damn, okay, this is good on a Tuesday. and not knowing what to do with the money at first, it's like whatever we needed, the big keyboards, the big drum set. One day Buggy came to me and was like, I said, man, just go pick the drum set you want. He go pick a $3,800 drum set. And I was like, goodness gracious, that's how much they cost? You know what I'm saying? Because he pieced it up.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, let's get it. So whatever they needed, I was, I go broke over that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's all because you really was investing in this band.
Yeah.
So I understand all the negative shit that comes about Coop. Coop's investing in this band.
Well, managers get thrown under the bus.
I was there.
If the things go right, it's the band. Things go wrong, it's the manager.
You had a 5-6 bedroom house.
Yeah.
That you lost.
Yeah.
All this band.
I lost my house, lost all everything, because I cared about the specifics of the band.
Right.
If I got it's no way I can have a big house, a pool, this and that, if my men ain't got that.
Right.
That ain't even gonna look right. That ain't even gonna look right. So that's where I knew to go how to set the goals. You know what I'm saying? So once we became comfortable in a certain thing and everybody was comfortable, I kind of like, I tried to make sure, everything else was put in place.
And you always can be comfortable.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I appreciate that. Like, I was around them days and when Coop, Coop was a genuine 100 dude. I can't say nothing.
Close out the break. Go ahead, you do it.
Yeah. So we gotta go to a break because we'll get back to that. But,
We ain't about to cry. We ain't about to cry. We ain't about to cry. We'll be back.
I'm about to cry.
We ain't about to cry. We'll be back, man.
I'm about to
Live
cry.
in the den with Backyard Coop.